Every year in the UK, there are hundreds of accidents on building sites. Some are serious, resulting in permanent injury or even death. We all think it won't happen to us, but it easily could if you don't think about what you're doing and if you don't take the right steps to avoid an injury.
Building sites are dangerous places. When you come to work every day, it's easy to forget that you're surrounded by machinery and situations that can cause serious injury or even kill you. When you stop being aware of what's around you even for a moment, you're in trouble. What's worse is when you know something is wrong and you don't do anything about it. That's when you're gambling with your life and your livelihood. It's like playing Russian roulette. Last summer, there was a terrible accident on a site like this. A TV crew were making a documentary at the time and they caught it all on film. I'm going to show you some of the footage now. Just to let you know, it's a bit disturbing.
Just ignore them, we don't have much time.
Mr. Stone, you're in shot. Could you come behind the camera, please? Sorry. Thank you. OK, we're still running.
Construction began on the site 9 months ago, and while digging foundations, workers unearthed remains that were later identified as being over 400 years old. Carbon dating narrowed down the approximate year to between 1540 and 1570. Developers agreed to stop work for a week, while archaeologists from the London Museum...
Leave it out, lads, leave it out. Sorry about this. Not used to having ladies on site, you know. We do have a Neanderthal man here, as you see, so your research is probably right, isn't it, eh?
Are we running?
Yep.
OK, from the top. Construction began 9 months ago, and what are they doing up there?
Bloody hell, what was that?
What happened?
We don't know. How is he? Someone call an ambulance.
Shit. What happened? What was he doing?
We don't know. He was up there. Well, look, the bloody guardrail slipped.
Leave it! Don't touch him. Careful, don't touch him. Stay with him, mate. Leave him. Stop recording. Stop recording!
So, yeah, they were working on the slab here. Mark must have leant against a guardrail when he was messing about with the film crew and it gave way. Look, you shouldn't be filming this. Turn it off and go away.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Carry on filming. We're going to need this for the records. It's okay. Come on.
So, what happened? Well, see a lot of blood and skin on the corner of the skip. Obviously, he struck that when he fell. That's what inched his face, took his hard hat off.
Have we had any problems with the guardrails before?
No. I mean, we had them out yesterday when we flew out the formwork tables.
Okay, who was responsible for fixing the guardrails and putting them in position?
Kevin Reese.
Okay, and is Kevin around?
No. He saw Mark fall. Took it quite badly. He's at the hospital being treated for shock.
Okay, I understand that. Well, I'll need to speak to him later on.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, Barry, I think we've got a bit of a problem here.
Okay, go on.
Well, the first thing is, look, Kevin put the guardrails back in, but he obviously he didn't tighten the fixings. The second thing is Kevin has been tested positive for drugs.
He's been taking drugs on site? How long's this been going on?
Kevin, are you smoking that shit again?
Just having a quickie, mate. Not hurting anyone, is it?
Yeah, well, don't get caught, all right?
Right. That puts a whole different slant on it.
Oh, no.
That's Mark's wife, isn't it?
Fatal accidents like this seem to happen so regularly. You're distracted and you lose sight of what's going on around you. You accept things that you shouldn't. And when you do that, you're playing Russian roulette with your life. It's obvious what went wrong.
Kevin, are you smoking that shit again?
Drug taking on site just cannot be condoned.
Well, don't get caught,
It's
right?
not only dangerous for yourself, it's dangerous for your workmates as well. If Kevin hadn't taken drugs, he would have had full control of his senses and realised he hadn't put back the guardrail correctly. And if Mark hadn't been playing around, perhaps he would have noticed the faulty guardrail and he wouldn't have fallen. If you think this could never happen to you, think again. Every year, over half of the fatal accidents on sites are the result of falls from height.
If, like me, you're used to working at heights, your experience and training will help you to concentrate on what you're doing and not put yourself at risk. But it is easy to become a little blasé and you can forget that you're in danger. Familiarity can breed contempt. Added to that, you may be relying on your workmate not to put you in danger. Who's that going to be? Someone like you, who wants to do their work, make their money, and go home safe and sound to their family? Or some prat who's as high as a kite on drugs and in such a state he couldn't give a toss about you, himself, or anyone else around him? So when you're working at height, concentrate on what you're doing and don't mess around. If you want to skylark at work, look for another job. We don't want you on our sites, and you'll be told to go immediately. If you're taking illegal drugs, don't waste your time asking us for a job. It just won't happen. If you know any of our men who are taking illegal drugs, even recreational muck, tell us and we'll get rid of them immediately. We don't want them anywhere near our sites. They won't know who told us. Don't play Russian roulette with your life. Now I'm going to show you another accident that happened simply because people weren't thinking about the potential consequences of what they were doing.
A few weeks ago, a flatbed lorry arrived at a site to offload a consignment of rebar.
He says he's late because the motorway was shut. Accident or something.
Bullshit.
Right. We've got to get back on schedule, all right? We're way behind, so we need to get this offloaded as quickly as possible. And where's Tony?
Oh, he's had to go off-site to get something. Oh, he won't back for ages yet, George.
No, he's the banksman and slinger. We need him to get this lot off the lorry. Does anyone know where he is? We need him now.
I can do it. It'll only take a minute.
No, you can't. You haven't got the right card.
Hurry up, mate. I've got another drop to make today.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. We're just waiting for the slinger.
Let me do it. I've watched Tony hundreds of times. I know how to do it. Then we can get back on schedule.
Come on.
All right, go on then. But just don't piss around, all right? It's a heavy load.
I'm all right, all right.
George, it's Chris here. Well,
Yeah, I'm here down the site entrance, over. How you getting on?
Okay, it's nothing.
Where the hell's Tony?
You don't need Tony, I've done it. It's ready to lift. See, I was right. Look out, they're moving, get out of the way! Ah!
Yeah. Eddie's injuries were much worse than they looked. It was touch and go at first. But over time, he pulled through.
Hello, mate. Eddie's mum.
Hello.
How you doing? I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah, I'm all right. See? No scars, all gone. I was lucky. Here, give us a hand. I'm dying for a pint.
How you keeping, Eddie?
I'm not.
Apart from the obvious, how many other things went wrong and who was to blame?
Who could have done something to have avoided this? Let's take another look.
Let me do it. I've watched Tony hundreds of times. I know how to do it.
Come on. All right, go on then. But just don't piss around, all right? It's a heavy load.
First of all, the foreman knew Eddie didn't have the right card, so he shouldn't have let him do it.
I'm all right, all right.
Because he wasn't trained, Eddie didn't know how to sling the load. And he didn't know how to fit the chains properly.
Okay, it's nothing.
And he didn't give proper hand signals to the crane driver. So he was asking for trouble right from the start. And the lorry wasn't fitted with any edge protection, or any system for Eddie to use a safety harness. And there weren't even any soft landing bags in place. Everything was wrong with this incident. People could have stopped it happening, but they were too ready to cut corners. We've all done it in the past, and 9 times out of 10, nothing happens. But this incident shows it can happen. Eddie may never work again. His firm is being prosecuted, and there's a fair chance that George may be prosecuted as well, because as the foreman, he should have stopped it happening in the first place. But he didn't. If you think this can't happen to you, think again. If you don't think it's important, if you don't care, then we don't want you. Taking chances and ignoring safety measures on a building site is like playing Russian roulette. You could kill yourself or someone else. Don't take chances, because we don't. We want to do things right. Look at some of the ways we're making working safer for you. With constant training, good communication, and solid leadership from our site managers and supervisors, we have reduced risks on site. If you're serious about your health and safety, and if you're prepared to support and maintain our standards, we want you to work for us. So don't let us down. And don't forget, don't take chances. And remember, this is the face of a guilty man. He just killed someone. But will he care when he's gagging for his next joint? Get people like this off our jobs now and forever. Don't take chances. And remember this man? This is Eddie's mate. He knew he wasn't trained, but he stood by and did nothing to stop him sling the load. Some mate. If it's unsafe to do, don't do it. Don't take chances.